I'm the fastest window cleaner in the world. I'm the Guinness World Record holder. Sorry, what? My world record is 9.14 seconds.
To clean 3 4-foot by 4-foot windows.
Let me dip you in me bucket and give you a squeeze. Would you let me climb your ladder? Ooh, you're such a tease. Let me swing you in me cradle. I'm begging you, please. Let me dip you in me bucket of love. Go on.
Terry, that's fucking great. Hello, Terry. How are you?
I'm good, mate. Thank you for inviting me here. It's brilliant.
Well, thank you for coming.
Yeah.
It says your real name's Terry, but you like to be called Terry Turbo. Now, why have you picked up Terry Turbo?
Well, it all goes back quite a few years now because I've been doing what I've been doing for quite a few years. I'm the fastest window cleaner in the world. I'm the Guinness World Record holder, and I have 10 Guinness World Records to my credit. And the word turbo came along when I was doing exhibitions and doing what I do at NEC many moons ago. And someone says, he's so fast, I think he's got a turbo stuck up him. And it's Terry Turbo. Here we go.
Hang on. You're the fastest window cleaner in the world.
Yeah.
Like, legitimately, Guinness World Record holder.
Yeah, I've taken the my first Guinness World Record was way back in 1995 with the lovely Cheryl Baker and Chris Agabusi. And we actually filmed it at Lakeside Shopping Centre. It was amazing. It was like right in the middle of the centre. It was fantastic. And we even did a song called Bucket of Love, shot to film, which was hilarious. Even my son and my family was all starring in it. It was absolutely hilarious. We shot the film literally to format, you know.
Can we have a little go at that? What's the line?
We had to change the lyrics, you know. When we did it for Record Breakers the first time, it was actually called the Squeegee song. Right. So the lyrics went for the kids. We're your window cleaners, the famous Squeegees. We're vision technicians, if you please. We wear white T-shirts and blue dungarees. We're your record breaking famous Squeegees. That weren't the real lyrics.
I quite like those ones. What were the real lyrics?
Let me dip you in me bucket and give you a squeeze. Would you let me climb your ladder? Ooh, you're such a tease. Let me swing you in me cradle. I'm begging you, please. Let me dip you in me bucket of love. And so it goes on.
Terry, that's fucking great.
It is.
I think we should re-release this.
Well, I keep thinking like, Simon. Yeah. Was going to keep calling me one day. And, because I think it's going to be a big hit.
But you keep changing your number, that's why he's not calling you, is that right?
Well, this has been out of quite a while, this song.
Right.
And we just got to get it lifted off a bit.
So let's get into this, Terry. How does this world record work? How big is the window? What equipment do you have?
Yeah, right. So the Guinness World Record is 3 windows. And the windows each measure 45 inches by 45. So we're saying they're like 4 foot by 4 foot, if you like. They're quite big. Yeah. And you have to wipe a windowsill as you go, or at the end of it. You can go left to right, right to left. It's up to you. Now, what happens is my world record is currently now standing at 9.14 seconds. And
for 4 windows?
For 3 windows, yeah. So, terms of maths, I actually finished the windows in 8.14 seconds. So I'm averaging 2 seconds a window and moving. So my left hand's doing one thing, my right leg's doing one thing, my left leg's doing one thing. So I'm moving as I'm going. What happens then when I'm finished at 8.14 seconds, the judges will look at the windows. Any watermark left on the window, that's any watermark left on the window, is a half a second on your finished time. So I left just 2 marks on the windows, which is virtually impossible to do because I've been trying to break it since 2009. That was the last record I took in Blackpool. And there was just 2 marks left on the window. So that added a second on my 8.14. So that's where it becomes 9.14. Hence,
9.14 seconds to clean
do that. Yeah.
3 4 foot by 4 foot windows.
And a sill.
Fuck off.
Yeah.
That's can't be. That's your.
It's true.
Hang
You
on.
can see it. It's
What's
all over
4
YouTube.
foot?
It's everywhere.
What's that like?
4 foot, 4 foot. It's quite.
That one?
It's quite. No, bigger than that. It's like these two put together. It's like that.
Right. What is in your right hand? What's in your left hand? Where's your bucket?
Right. Okay. So you have a squeegee in your right hand and an applicator in your left. So the squeegee must be 12 inches, lads.
What's a squeegee?
It's what you take off the rubber. It's got the rubber in it.
Like a windscreen wiper.
That's it. That's the squeegee. Yeah, we call it a squeegee. It's not a scraper, but it's squeegee.
Why is it called a squeegee if you can't squeeze it?
Years ago, they used to use these kind of things on ships and decks many years ago. And it used to make a bit of a noise, like squeaky noise. And it got this, so they called it a squeaky, a squirrelgy. It's terminology they used. And I got this story from America, so I know it's right. And in the end, they called it a squeegee. So
like,
yeah, sometimes it does actually make a bit of a noise. You're right. It sometimes does.
but is that a good thing if it makes the noise?
No, because you ain't going fast enough.
Oh, right.
So you've got a 14-inch applicator. So basically, what happens with me, in most cases, my left hand will go first and my right will follow it. But that's all happening within 2 seconds of window.
Hang on. That's the squeegee in your right hand.
Yep.
And you said an applicator.
Yeah, so it's laying that way. So you're going across that, and this will happen.
What's
like
this applicator? Like a sponge?
This is like lamb's wool. I've actually got some
Nice.
with me actually to show you.
Yeah, nice. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like a lamb's wool. It's like a tea bar. If you imagine just a tea bar, and that holds water, and you don't need a lot of water actually to get going. You need to keep it. In fact, you can actually wet it just one side to keep it light, because the idea is keeping it light. You want it light. You don't want it heavy, and you don't want it saturated, because the idea being you don't want to make a mess.
Well, I imagine the other issue with saturation is you're inevitably going to leave more watermarks.
Absolutely.
Half a second every time, Joe.
But
You don't want to do that,
but
as Terry's pointed out.
that's the thing. You see, all Guinness World Records are hard. That's why they're Guinness World Records. But this is a mother of a Guinness World. I train, I non-stop train at home. Not on my. I've got a proper training size window, Guinness World Record, and this is what I do. Yeah. Because
So you're still trying to break that 9.14 that you set, that you hold.
Yeah.
You're still adamant you want to break that.
I still think there's one more in it. I really believe that.
Have you beaten it in training at all?
I come mighty close, really mighty close. When I say mighty close, I mean, you've got to be finished these windows in 8.14 seconds. That's the crux of it. Now, the other part about it is don't leave any marks behind, because if you do, you're out of the game anyway. If you're slower than 8.14 seconds, you're out of the game anyway, because you're only allowed half a second penalty points. You can only avoid 2.
You know these watermarks?
Yeah.
What if you... does it matter how big these watermarks are? What if you just fucked off half the window?
Well...
And then you go, well, that's a watermark, so it's only half a second. No. So then you could do it in 3 seconds.
No.
And then just take you can't do that.
Yeah, I quite agree with what you're saying. You can't do that because the judges will make it quite clear you've got to be seen to wet the whole window up. No good you going half a corner and done that. Nah, it's strict. It's really strict. You've got to be seen to be covering the whole window.
And how dirty are these windows, Terry?
Right, so the windows are not actually dirty. The fact is you've got soap on the T-bar, on the applicator, we say, and you wet the window up, and you can quite clearly see that it's being wet up with the soap. And that's really it, really. You've really got to cover the window, be seen to be doing it properly, and as long as you're pleasing the judges exactly what you're doing. I mean, I'm doing it in 2 seconds, sometimes less. I'm on my A game. When I've got guys, the adjudicators, I say to them before I'll go for it, look, would you just time me on one window, because I know where I will need to be. So I'll go at it, just one window, and I know the exact speed of what I'm doing. And they'll say, oh, yeah, well, you hit that just under 2 seconds.
So do you do this just as a, like you said about exhibition or a show, like on its own, or is it part of a competition? Are there like window cleaning competitions?
Oh, yeah, God. Yes, absolutely. I mean, for example, Excel, there's a show coming up in March this year, the cleaning show, which is going to be the cleaning show. It's called the cleaning show.
What do you mean? Like a...
exhibition. It's
just a show about all different cleaning.
Yeah, it's got all machines. It's got everything about the world of cleaning. You'll see it at this show.
Why? Hang on. Sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry, Terry. Ryan and Tom. we're going to this cleaning show.
Oh,
we're
whatever.
doing a fucking pod on the road. We have to. I want to go to. I fucking love cleaning utensils and shit like that. Oh my God.
What's your favourite you've got at the moment, your utensil?
Well, we quite like Mrs. Hinch. You heard of
Oh,
Mrs.
yeah,
Hinch?
I know,
When
yeah.
She's fucking made it huge now from all her
Yeah.
handmade stuff now. But I didn't know. I just called it a scraper. But my favourite thing is a squeegee.
Yeah.
That we have in the shower because we got glass
yes.
things.
I've actually got it with me to show you. Well, I meant to brought it out and show you it.
Terry,
do you want to do that?
Can we get the squeegee in here, please?
It's in my guitar
Ryan, can
case.
we get, please? Hang on. What do you mean it's in your guitar case? Is there
well,
a guitar in it?
Yes.
Yeah, I've got a guitar and all.
I've already had
Let
on it.
me dip you in my bucket and give you a squeeze. Would you let? It's all there, boys. It's all there. I kid you not.
It's a nice guitar. as well.
I'm more than just
Very
the
nice.
fastest window.
Right, here we go. Right, so this is
What I wanted to do, I forgot to get this out.
This-
So we
this
can
is the
go over
applicator,
that
is it?
again If you want. Right, so get me bum out.
Yeah.
Bum stuck. Right, so basically this is a T-bar,
T-bar applicator.
and that's
So,
a
Joe,
squeegee.
Let's
Joe?
describe this. The T-bar. The T-bar. It fits in your hand quite nicely. The handle.
Yeah.
So
you need to-
14 inches, 12 inches.
It's a 14-inch.
Yeah, 14
that is
inch.
12-inch.
This
That's
is a 12-inch. I recognise it. I recognise the size.
Yeah. I'm the fastest with a 12-inch rubber.
Yeah.
The,
You're fucking not, mate.
the app-
Honestly, I'm over in seconds.
Yeah, but I've got a choice. I can use a 14 if I want.
The applicator is covered in a nice, soft, furry, blue and white stripes, slightly Sheffield Wednesday, or Brighton and Hove Albion. For the
Seagulls.
But the thing that strikes me about this, Joe, and have a little heft, it's super lightweight. It's like a sports applicator.
This is good. So that would be in my right hand, would it?
No, that would be.
Oh,
Are you right-handed?
Yeah, I'm right-handed.
No, you'd have your squeegee in the right hand.
Squeegee in the right.
Yeah, and you'd follow along.
Applicator on the left.
That's correct. So you'd
And
follow
I'd
along.
do that.
Yeah,
So you're making an S
but
shape.
but the thing is, you would need to get your left hand going way in front of the right, if that makes sense. Yeah.
Oh, okay. So
So
like,
you really got to split your head. You know when you like rub
Yeah.
your tummy and your head.
It's almost like a karate move, this, Terry.
I immediately want to go
Yes.
squidgy on,
Yes.
squidgy off.
Well, that's
Squidgy on,
it.
squidgy
We
off.
see. I am a black belt in karate.
Sorry, what?
I'm a black belt in karate.
Fucking hell.
So, from the age of 11 to this is how this all come about. Really, I know you're going to say, "Well, where does it fit?" It does fit, and I'll quickly explain it. So, from the age of 11 to 15, I was a boxer, and I used to box in the East End Repton Boxing Club, which is a very famous boxing place, and I used to box for my school. And then Bruce Lee came over, and it was like, "Oh wow, that's a bit different." Now, I went on to do various styles of karate, from Shotokan to Wadaru to Kung Fu, and I ended up doing Kudokan, which I completed the journey of becoming a black belt, and it was quite a journey. But what it does for me personally now, I brought all that into this because the moves I do on the windows are similar to what you would do in the kata of karate. I mean, there's many katas in karate, of course there is, and some are very long. But what it enables you to do is split your mind. So while I'm doing one thing, my legs are doing another, and I'm moving. I'm totally splitting myself up like an octopus would, if that makes sense. And it's all because of karate, if you like, that enabled me to do what I'm doing now.
Joe, this is
Yeah.
making total sense.
It is making
Think
total
of
Yeah.
sense.
Karate Kid. Think how Mr. Miyagi.
Wax on, wax off.
Yeah.
Brush up, brush down. What was the saying? Up and down. No.
Wax on, wax off.
That was wax on, wax off. But then the painting one, he made him paint the fences as well, didn't he?
That's it.
But he didn't do brush on, but he just
Oh,
said
did-
paint the fences. It was all that one.
It was like-
It does make complete
Yeah.
sense. But,
Yeah.
Terry, that doesn't stop me from being completely surprised and shocked that it is married, that you've
yeah,
you've
yeah,
married them too.
absolutely,
You've
absolutely.
You've used that because never in a million years would I gone.
Yeah.
Terry the window cleaner,
Yeah.
the world record holding for the cleaning, is actually a black belt in karate, and I go, you're taking a piss.
No, it does make absolute sense. And obviously, it started from being a boxer. Here comes the speed becoming with this because it's hands. Everything to do with boxing is
Quick on
speed.
your feet, on your toes.
Yeah. And when I used to box, I used to be what's called a counter puncher. I was very much a counter puncher. I'll let you come in and do some barraging, but then I'll come back at you.
No,
That's
not
no,
now.
but,
No, I'm not going for that now.
no, nor am I. But I'm just saying that was my style. So I carried that on to karate as well. But it was whole thing about karate is totally different to boxing. You can't even compare the two because you're just doing so many different things at once. But that has carried on with that. You see.
I like to think, Joe, that Terry's journey from karate to window cleaning has also gone the other way. And that there is currently a world karate champion who began as a window cleaner.
Oh, more unlikely. But I want that to be the case.
Literally be rags to riches.
He might be just washing his opponent
Yeah.
rather than doing anything.
Who
He
knows?
might be giving him a good
Someone
bath.
could be listening to this now who's into their karate and goes, fuck, if I want to step up my karate game, I'm going to start with the window cleaning and see if they can marry up like that.
Yeah.
What would you say then is the most important skill factor to being the world's fastest window cleaner? Is it about the speed? Is it about the coordination? Is it about like which part is the most important?
I'd say just about everything to that, because you've got to hold it together in front of cameras, big people, lots of people. Once again, going back to me personally, I've played in bands. I've actually played at the Astoria Theatre, West End. Ronnie Scott's, I've actually played there. And the competition, the international musician competition, I was with a band and I played there. My background, I've had a lot of experience in front of people, big people, audiences. That don't scare me. In fact, that plugs me in. I'm more nervous about talking to one person than I am about a lot of people. But that's me. But you need all of that, what you said, Joe. You need the whole shebang, because you'll get people that rehearse what I do. Seriously, there are guys out there that are training to beat me. But when they come to the live shows, and there's cameras here, there's cameras filming you down there, there's cameras above, they're all everywhere. It's like they're up the hockey on the window and they're like...
Shaking hands.
Well, they call it in golf, the yips.
Yips, that's over your putts.
The yips.
Yeah.
Oh, they get stuck.
Dartitis is the darts version.
It's called dartitis.
Yeah, Eric Bristow got dartitis.
Yeah.
What is that's a confirmed medical condition?
You couldn't release the arrow.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I used to play in I used to play in the darts league because I'm very...
Fuck me, Terry. What haven't you done?
I'm scuba diving, table tennis. I'm very high coordinated person. I'm sort of what you call... I'm not team player, if you like. It's all been singular. It's been snooker, pool. I used to have my own pool table, boxing, karate, and then scuba diving. That's just made my life's gone, and then it's come down to this. I'll tell you a funny story, shall I? At NEC Birmingham, many years ago, this was.
Another cleaning show?
Yeah, cleaning show. Yeah, cleaning shows.
I'm excited to go to one of these, mate.
Cleaning show. And it was massive then, going back some years, it was massive. And I was running the window cleaning competition, just having fun with the guys. They gave me the mic and off I go. No script, don't need any script, just give me the mic and off I'm gone. Right? So all of a sudden, I'm saying, right, who wants to go in the window cleaning competition? We've got like £300 to the winner, 200 a second, 50 quid the third. Who wants to go?
Yeah.
So
That's more than Crufts.
It is more
that was a lot of years ago. That was a lot of money. I'm going back years ago. Yeah. So they're all signing up to go in. And then I'm getting a heckler, aren't I? I'm getting a heckler. But this heckler's got a suit on. And I'm thinking, that ain't computing. He's got a few mates around him. So as I'm giving me spiel, like, and he's going, jabber, jabber, jabber. And all of a sudden I've turned around and gone, give him the turbo look. I said, do you want to go in this competition, do you? And he went, well, he give it the So I went, well, you could win 300 quid, top prize money. I said, you could buy a decent suit. Oh, boom. They all look round at him. He's like, there's nothing wrong with his suit, but don't have a go at me.
Did he enter?
No, he legged it.
He
legged it.
Bottled it, didn't he? So, Terry, aside from like a competition you'll put on or you're just... Is it proper competitions? Like you get like a trophy or a belt or golden squeegee, or is it just more, people like yourself just put one on?
Yeah, no. So it is a proper competition. Anyone's allowed to enter. I'm trying to get my daughter. She actually went for it last year, and she was so close to breaking the women's world record, which is held over here, by the way. She was just outside of it, so I'm hoping she's going to go this year because the significance of that would be it will get never repeated. Like Dad has got the fastest mans in the world, and daughter would have the fastest. Father and daughter have both. That will never, ever be repeated, ever. So I'd like to see that. So
Does she have a nickname?
No, she don't.
That's where she's going wrong, mate.
Needs a nickname.
That's what's going to knock
It'll intimidate
another
the
second
competition.
off. She needs to get herself a nickname.
What's her actual name?
Alicia.
Alicia.
Alicia. I like the name. I just like the name. Does it need to have a nickname? Alicia. Electric Alicia. No, that's horses.
I'd just like to say I'm going to get killed.
Oh, no.
She's going to kill me.
You're the wordsmith. Help me.
I'm wondering, Terry, because often you can see, let's say you have the son of a famous footballer. You can sometimes see some of the same traits.
Yeah.
Frank Lampard
Oh,
Jr.,
yeah,
Frank
yeah.
Lampard
You were
Senior.
right.
When you're watching Alicia on the window,
absolutely.
your trademark in there?
100 million %. It scares me. Truthfully, she's done training. Obviously, I teach her, obviously. But, when they were growing up, that we took them to all the shows because, I've been doing this for 29 years, from appearing on Record Breakers at 1995. My first TV appearance was You Bet, of course, with Matthew Kelly in 1993. And my daughter was only like 3 years old. She was sitting on the sofa, and all of a sudden she said, "Dad, come on telly on You Bet." And she was like, "How do you do that? Like, how do you work that one out? You're sitting next to me. How'd you come on telly?" So we've taken them everywhere to all the shows.
Yeah.
And it's scary to watch her. We were filmed by the one show at XL Docklands last March. They come down. And it's scary watching her because, she's got my moves. It is very scary.
She's probably absorbed them, Joe, which is the wrong turn of phrase, because if she did absorb them, then she'd be moving too slowly, as already explained. You don't want that weight. Let's move on. Terry, is it?
Have you? What about? So you're the creme de la creme, yeah. You're the top dog in the window cleaning world.
Mm-hmm.
But have you got any competitors? Have you got anyone like that is very close to you, or
we get guys come over from America and stuff like that. Who, they're quite good as well. We've got some good guys in England. Don't get me wrong, we have. This is one of those, going back to what I said, this is one of them records you can train and train and train and train, and I have, trust me. I've been unsuccessful to beat my own record since 2009, and I train and I will go for it every year, pretty much, and it's not easy. I mean, nearest to me in terms of time, let me say. So if I'm cleaning the windows and I can be finishing in around 8 seconds without being marked on, let me say, the guys will be doing probably 10.
That's a massive gap.
fucking hell?
So we're saying
They're not close to you at all, Terry.
1 or 2 seconds away, but and that's a big jump, because by the time they get marked, they're not. Their overall time becomes like 12 or 14 or something. We all get bad days. I get them. I've had them. For as much training, I keep saying it, but this record is a merry hell of one, because you can do it 100 times, and 100 times it will be different. And it always is. So that one time back in 2009, I managed to hit 8.14 and do it absolutely smack on. Boy, I don't know what I was on, but I'd like some again, please.
Joe, do you know what this reminds me of? Like, the gap between Terry
Yeah.
and the rest of the competition, I was lucky enough to watch Usain Bolt in his peak. This is what it reminds me of.
Yes.
And also, Usain Bolt, when he set the world records for the 100 and 200 in
What
Burj-
is it?
9.40, isn't it?
Nine-
Something like that?
9.58.
5'8".
Right, there you go.
Right.
It's
okay.
ludicrously quick. So I was there in that stadium in Berlin when he set it. And Terry, it's
Really?
exactly as you've described. Everything just came together for
Yeah,
Usain.
it is. And I've got a little story about Usain. Do you want to hear it?
Have you?
Yeah.
With the squeegee?
Almost.
Oh, right,
It's
yeah.
an almost story.
Okay, yeah, let's hear this
So,
one.
so I get a phone call from the One Show. I'm going back 9 or 10 years now, right? So I'm going back to the One Show again. So they phoned me up, said, we've got Usain Bolt coming on the show. And because your record is 9.14 and his was like 9 point whatever it
5'8",
was,
yeah.
we'd like you to come on and we want to see you two go at it with the Squeegees. I'm thinking,
Sorry, that sentence in itself, going at it with the squeegee, you're not perplexed by that sentence at all.
I'm fully with you.
You're in
Bolt
it.
here.
Okay,
Yeah, yeah.
sorry, carry on.
Gone
Yeah.
deep here.
Yeah.
so I thought, this is going to be good, isn't it? I mean, I wouldn't want to run against him, obviously, but he ain't got a merry hell's chance against me either. So I thought, let's get in there. So goes up there. Usain comes straight up to me, shakes my hand. He's such a down-to-earth, nice guy. He really is. I was so pleased and proud to meet this guy. You know, what a legend, you know. You know, he probably went back to Jamaica and said, "You never guess who I met. I met Terry Turbo on the
Exactly.
radio." Do you know what I mean?
You've had that effect on him.
I did,
Yeah.
because when I was on there, his management team, by the way, wouldn't let him do that because the idea of the thing was we was going to go at the windows and set squeegees for him and one for me, but his management wouldn't let him do it. Don't ask me why; it just didn't happen. But
Why wouldn't they let him do it?
they just wouldn't. They was such an
Worried about an
entourage.
injury or something?
I don't know, but it was such an entourage around him.
Worried about
Trust
being
me.
showed up by
They
Terry
probably
Turbo, wasn't it?
wanted, I imagine, they probably wanted a home and away thing
Yeah.
where Terry, in return for taking Usain on
Yeah,
window cleaning, would have to take Usain on 100 metres
in Jamaica.
Yeah.
in Jamaica.
I'd need a
Yeah.
motorbike. But the thing was, I did, when I done my bit on there, I went, I'm the Usain Bolt of window cleaning. And he loved it.
You did
He
his
was-
post to the world.
I did the post to the man himself. He's such, I can't say it, he's such a nice guy. He really is, nice guy. And I was really proud and pleased to have met the man himself.
Brilliant.
But having said that, I'm faster than him anyway.
That's your claim to it.
It is.
Shall we have a quick break to empty our buckets, rub our squeegees?
I love buckets.
Can we have a little break to empty our love buckets?
Yes, we can.
Yeah.
In fact, can I empty my squeegee on your love bucket?
Big time.
Well,
Billy Boots.
let's do that in the break then.
I'll pass on that. If you know what I mean.
Shame.
Joe, I've got to be honest, you are looking magnificent today.
What about you? You're looking lovely too. I wonder if it's anything to do with our new wardrobe from Hera.
I think you might be right, Joe. Like, when you told me I needed a new wardrobe, I was slightly skeptical because it's really hard to find something that works for you, but also works for me.
That's the thing though, mate. Hera offer good quality, attainable clothing. And whilst they do specialise in denim and comfortable sweats, they've got a wide range and versatile collection for both men and women.
Well, that's good news.
Mate, honestly, their stuff is great. It fits lovely, it looks great, and it's super comfy.
Where can people find Hera, Joe?
You can go and treat yourself to a brand new look at heraclothing.com. That is HERA clothing.com. Hey, you want a jumper as nice as mine? Go to heraclothing.com. Come on. Bye. I'm dancing like this because I feel so good. And I feel so good because I've got my Hera clothes on. If you want to feel as good as I do, look as good as I do in this Hera hoodie that I've got, go to heraclothing.com. Hera. 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 That's HERA clothing.com.
Have you always been a window cleaner, Terry?
Going back to my first jobs, I actually started off electrical engineer, but I didn't like that. I started off actually doing plastering, but I didn't like that. No. Then I actually went into, which is totally weird and random, making hats, millinery trade. And we did all the foundations. And so I worked there for quite a few years. And it was then, when I was about 20, my uncle said to me, you know, do you want to come into window cleaning? And I went, yeah, I quite like that, because he went out early and he finished early as well. And I thought, that's great. Yeah, let's go out early and finish early. And then I went with him to learn the trade, because he was a perfectionist in what he did. He was one of those guys that, you know, whatever he did, he was good at. And he could be a carpenter, but he'd done everything. He was just generally good, you know. So I had a good teacher, if you like. And then I went on to my own thing, you know, as you do.
So if you came to a window, Terry, let's have some different scenarios for what would be difficult. Joe, I'm thinking a really old bird shit that's encrusted.
Oh,
Hey,
that's wicked.
back to the start.
That's it.
Why does a window have to be clean? What's the point in cleaning windows?
You're talking about the speed aspect, or just
No, just why do we need clean windows?
Oh, yeah,
The lighting, Joe.
yeah.
Yeah, but light still comes through dirty windows.
I mean, my windows are filthy at home.
No, I just wanted to know,
Don't
like,
put that in.
like the point of it.
Get a
what do you want
window
your
cleaner.
Windows clean for?
So you get a better aspect, better view through your windows.
You don't have to put light bulb on, do you?
Look, if you're wearing sunglasses,
Yeah.
do you like your sunglasses covered in fingerprints and dirt, or do you like to have ocular clarity?
Yeah, you're fucking making me feel sick, but I like it. It's like a good sick. Yeah, I want ocular clarity.
Course you
Thank
do.
you. Yeah, you're right. I want my windows clean. Okay, yeah, back to
Yeah.
the examples.
Go on,
Okay, so an old bird shit. Joe, what else could we have on there?
An egg. Someone's egged you out.
Oh, there.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like tomatoes.
An egg. What
Oh.
about?
But it's a
Terry?
dried egg.
Mm.
Do you know what I mean? It's you're like, oh fucking hell, I've
Yeah.
been egged again,
Mm.
and you've let it dry.
Here's one for you, Terry.
Oh.
If someone has a house, they slightly fancy themselves, they got leaded windows.
Oh, yeah.
So basically, rather than being able to move your squeegee and your applicator with a
can't.
lovely smooth motion,
You can't.
So it's a nightmare.
You can't use a squeegee on leaded windows.
What are you using?
So, the old school, you would be using what we call a free tool scenario. So you got a swab, a leather, okay, and a
chamois leather.
scrim. Yeah, chamois leather.
Scrim?
A scrim.
What's a scrim?
So a scrim is a piece of cloth that needs to be washed out so. It can't be damp and it can't be dry. It has to be perfect in the middle. And there was a way to wring that out. You know, you can't just give it to you and you just go like that. Oh, you're done. You're not done. Because there was just a proper way to wring that out. You have to just corner to corner, spin around, fold it over, wring it, then shake it. There was a process to get it to that, you know, special dampness. It can't be wet, can't be dry. And that's what you had to do with the leaded windows. They were a window cleaner's nightmare. I used to hate doing them. Hate it, because you couldn't use the squeegee, because it was time consuming, of course, you know.
But people are expecting, I imagine, Joe, to pay the same price because the window itself is the same size.
Surely it's not the same price. If you're having to do fucking three times the work, you're like, no, this is what.
No, years ago you would absolutely charge extra. You know, in some cases you think, oh my God, all those leaded windows, you know what, I'm going to bump it up 3 times, I don't want this. And then they go, yeah, that's all right. And they go, oh no, I've got to do those windows. You know, but these days they tend to, if you're going to waft a lot now, they put the lead inside, between, if you're with me. So you can still use the squeegee.
Is that at window cleaners' requests over the years? Through all the
I
window
don't know,
things,
it would
they're
be
like,
Waste of
mine.
pressure, that isn't it?
Yeah.
But then they brought out the Pilkington glass, didn't they? Do you remember that? The
One that cleans
Pilkington?
itself.
Yeah,
Bastards.
yeah.
What do you mean this glass cleans itself?
It does. There's Pilkington glass that comes out and cleans itself,
No.
allegedly.
No.
Oh, hang on.
How are you cleaning your own, like, how'd you clean yourself? How'd you clean Well, that's a fucking stupid question. If you're a bit of glass, how are you cleaning yourself?
I don't know what, it's got some kind of chemical, or like when the rain or water hits it, it reacts. So I'm not quite sure of the method, so it'd be wrong for me to say it.
So if someone lobs a turd at it, it still needs cleaning. It can't clean
Well,
off a
I
turd.
don't know if it'll cope with a Richard III, you know, I'm not sure. I'm not sure about that.
This has made me realise, Joe, like I've been thinking about the leaded windows now, Terry. If you think about it, Joe, the way that houses are designed now, there's more glass than ever before.
Yeah.
People love
True.
a
We got
bifold.
solar glass, solar panels, of course. They've got to be cleaned as well. Solar
So this
panels.
is actually, yes, Pilkington have introduced a supposedly self-cleaning glass, which is bad news for window cleaners. But on the other side of it, Joe, to balance things up, solar panels, bifolds, and the rest.
Yeah, because look, window cleaning in general, like, well, when I first started, I was like using a stick, basically. Now you've got extended poles, of course, but now you've also got, you know, water-fed poles. You've seen the guys using the brushes and the water all coming out. That's not just normal water. That is treated, you know, water, you know, and it dries with no spots. If it's mixed correctly and done correctly, it will dry spotless, if you like. So you'll be able to give it a good brush, rinse it all off, spray it. They won't use the squeegee. They will have to inside, of course. But, you know, yeah.
I was going to ask that about the water, because we got window cleaners. I'm like, would you want to connect the hose or something like that? And they never connected the hose.
Well, they don't have to.
Where's the water coming from, Terry?
So what it is, these guys have got a big van and they've got a big tank inside the van. So they've got their own purified water inside the van. As I say, it's a special mix, so it will dry spotless, if you like.
What price point?
50 quid a shot. Like, I don't know how often they come. Is that once a month?
Probably I would
once
say.
a month, yeah.
Once a month is
50
the
quid a
norm.
month. And you
Yeah.
go, hang on a minute.
Yeah.
50 quid a month. I'm like, yeah, I'm happy to pay that, but because there was two of them as well. There's usually two of them. I'm like, how many houses are they going to have to do in a day?
Loads. They'll get loads done by that. It's an easy method, very quick, very fast. They'll get your frames done for that as well. You know, because it's a brush, they can do it quickly, up with the stuff, water fed, and then once they've run out of water, it's fill up for the next day. Or there is even places around you can go and get your tank filled up, just like your car and petrol. They charge you X for the water that's properly done already, and you ain't got to faff about, because they've got filters. There's all these filters it goes through before, you know, it will go on your window. And, you know, so it has to be specially metered and all that to make sure it's done, comes out correct, as it were.
So they've got all the like mod cards
Oh, yeah.
to trying to make it
Yeah,
easier and quick and efficient. But is there part of you that goes, hang on, the art of window cleaners started to go out of it a bit here?
The answer is probably yes and no, but no, because you're never, ever going to do away with a squeegee. You've got to use it inside regardless. You'll use the outside for, you know, the brushes and that. Of course, you use that for the outside. But there is even a federation of window cleaners called FWC, the Federation of Window Cleaners. It's a bit like the NHBC of builders, yeah?
What?
Yeah, you see, you didn't know.
What's the Federation of Window Cleaners?
Well, you see, they're based up north. You see, the Federation of Window Cleaners got together with Guinness to set up the world record rules as well, to get them right.
Yeah.
They're like governing body. So if you want to be trained properly in window cleaning, because, you know, things have gone so now, right, guys? It's health and safety. I mean, things I used to do years ago, you know, you wouldn't be allowed on now. You know, you've got to prove like you can do cradle work and stuff like that, and your accountability to do all that, which is great, which it should be now. But years ago, it wasn't like that. But the Federation of Window Cleaners, if you want some training, then they're the guys to go to.
I don't know about you, Joe, but when I catch the train into London to do this show, I'm always astonished by the number of new high buildings that are going up. And the route that you come into London Bridge, you get to see the Shard, don't you?
Yeah.
How the hell are
every
they
time.
cleaning the Shard?
Oh,
How?
the Shard.
How
I've
are
got
you
a
cleaning
story
that?
for you there, right? My cousin, who is also a window cleaner,
Name?
Michael,
Michael.
he used to have the contract for the Shard.
Used to.
Yeah, and I went up there because I don't know what he's doing now. But I mean, I went up there many years ago, and I got to be honest with you, we all know the Shard is really high, right? It was the first time ever in my life of window cleaning. I went up to the top floor and my guts turned over. I looked out the window, like,
Is that all being done from a cradle?
I'm not sure if the Shard is done robotically. I'm not sure. I might be wrong. There is, or is it the NatWest building? There's 2 buildings in London, and it might be the Shard that's got robots on it. Like, it's got these channels that come down and they just, and then they move over and they go up and this sort of thing. I'm not sure. I mean, the Gherkin is a weird one, isn't it? Like the Gherkin building.
Well, how do you hang off
How are
that
you
in a
cleaning
cradle?
that?
For dear life, I would say.
It's fair.
No, well, I think the Gherkin is done by ropes or guys in seats. You know, the bosun's chair. I'm not quite sure. I'm not sure how that's done.
In the Shard, it's at an angle, isn't it?
Yes, it is. I mean,
that's
you'd be
not just like
bumping
you
all the
straight
time.
up. You got to get a special set to,
yeah.
I don't know, angle you properly down it. Could you do it, Tom?
I would not. Look, apparently, there's a toilet in the Shard, isn't there, where you can see. Have you ever go on that?
Yeah, I've been in there. Yeah,
No.
yeah, it's lovely.
You've had a shit on
Yeah,
the
I've
Shard
had a shit
toilet?
in the Shard toilet.
Where you can look down at the
Look
whole
straight
of the
out,
shit?
everyone can see you. Well, if they chose to, it was that bloke with the binoculars down in
Putney.
Putney Bridge, you could have probably seen me. It's quite. What's the word?
Therapeutic?
Yeah, and
Did
freeing.
you relax? Did you do a better job than you would have done in a ground floor toilet?
Yeah, and I surprised myself actually because I'm not usually a big public toilet shitter. You know, I'll only ever go if I really have to, and on this occasion I really had to. And
Oh,
then
you knew you needed one before you went in.
I knew I
Go
needed one
there,
before.
yeah.
I didn't go in. I only found out it was that toilet after I'd been. I was like, "Fucking hell, this is incredible! I'm having a shit and I can see everything." It was one of
The floor's not glass, is it? Just the wall is glass, is that
just
right?
the wall, but it's the wall right next to you looking
Did
out.
you feel nauseous? Or were you okay?
I felt quite horny.
Did you?
Did it work as a laxative?
I don't have any issues with that, Terry.
I've just wondered because you're looking at there, thinking,
No issues.
do you
with
know
that.
what I mean?
But I did. There was part of me that wanted to
go,
just
isn't
carry
it?
on stripping.
I think it worked for me.
Oh, okay, yeah, no, that is good. What about like the Shard we look at and the Gherkin we look at as being big? But what about the Burj Khalifa? That
Oh wow, yeah, that is
giant one in the
something
Emirates.
else. Yeah, that's something else. I mean, they land the choppers on that, don't they? I mean, I've seen guys. I like watching a lot of YouTube. There's some fascinating stuff on there, and you know, some of the guys that just leap off there and just glide down with these things on their back and like the suits, and then pull to shoot like as if like, oh, I'm just going to get myself a burger now. Yeah, right. I think I'll be dropping one by the time that happens. You know, I couldn't do it. I couldn't do that. My guts turn over when I watch them guys just jump off the base jumpers.
yeah,
How'd
yeah,
they
yeah.
do it? I couldn't do it.
Terry, how is your maths? I've got a little sum for you. So the Burj Khalifa
Next question.
has got 24,348 windows. So if someone says to you, you get a phone call as you're leaving the studio, Terry, we've heard about your reputation, we've heard about your speed. We love the guys who currently clean the windows at the Burj Khalifa, but they are too slow. We've got issues with ocular, Joe?
Transparency,
Clarity.
clarity.
Terry, we want you to do the job. What are you quoting them for those 24,348 windows, and what sort of time period do you think you could knock those off at?
Oh my God. I think I'd have to go and good look at it all and think, well, you know, how is it going to be done? Has it got to be a cradle? How many can I do? I'd have to picture that in my mind, set it all up. I don't know. That'd be a tough one.
Well,
that'd be
trying to work this one out. Hang on.
Calculator out on your
I've
phone
got my
here, Joe.
calculator out. I'm
So
trying
we've
to work
got
this one out.
24,000.
So I've rounded it up. I've gone 25,000. I've
You don't
timed-
need to round things up with calculators. That's the beauty of them. There's absolutely no need. Doesn't make it easier or harder for a
Right,
calculator.
Thomas. What was the number again?
I love the idea. The
20.
calculator's just gone, "Ah, fuck, he's rounded up to 25. Because
All right. What was the number?
24,000.
Yes.
348 windows on the Burj Khalifa.
348 times 3. Oh, fuck.
Why times 3?
Hang on. 24,000
24,348 windows.
48
That's all your windows.
times 3
Why 3?
equals 73,044.
Why times 3?
Divide by 60 equals 12 equals 1,217
What?
hours.
Okay.
All right.
So that's
Okay.
three.
So
gone
that's
3
going to
seconds
take
window.
Yeah, well, that's Terry's average record. If you break down his world
Okay.
record,
But that was with the drops. So he's actually done it. Was it 8.1?
It was 8.14 seconds I actually did it.
Fucking
in.
hell, Terry.
So,
Hang
yeah.
on.
Right. Do 8.14 divided by 3.
8.14
No, hang on.
divided by 3
Yeah. So
equals 24.
that's not right.
0.14 divided by 3
Yeah.
equals 2.71.
So that's Terry per 4x4 window.
Yeah.
No detritus left afterwards. Times that by 24,348.
Times 24,348.
But during the day, you're going to get a bit slower,
You're going
aren't
to fatigue, aren't you?
you? Absolutely. You're going to double that by the end of the day.
So you want me to double that?
you can if you want.
Times 2 equals 132,128 48.48.
Do you need to divide that by 60? Because
Divide by
to
60
get minutes, because you're on seconds there, aren't you?
is 2,202.
I got a feeling it's going to be one of them jobs we call you're static. You don't come off it. Once you got to the bottom, you go up
I
again.
think it would be.
Yeah, I think it is.
So what you're saying is, for the right price, you're the man.
I'm always the man.
Right, so we've done the toolkit, and then what about the van? So my window cleaners, they come around in this lovely branded Aquapure van.
Yep.
They're loving it. And they've got that tank in there with the purified water and the massive long hose because it's got to go around the house and all that. Lot. What else have you got in your van? Anything
Oh,
yet?
well, you'd have obviously all the squeegee and applicator. You'd have your buckets. You'd have a scraper.
Will you
you'd
just have the
holes.
one squeegee and one
No.
applicator, or you have several?
No, you'd have quite a very. I mean, you can get them sort of that big, so you
Yeah.
might have small windows, and you'll have a small squeegee like so.
6-incher, 5-incher.
Or even less. Some are even smaller. If you can't be bothered to sort of what we call 3-toit, leather and scrib and stuff like that. I mean, the blade does a great job. It's clear. You're always going to get that smear, but with a blade, you don't get it, do you?
No.
You don't get it. So that would have a massive variety of sizes, from the applicator being 14 to that big even.
What we're talking there was sort of 25.
Oh yeah, all of that.
That's a huge.
And in some cases,
Yeah, big old windows then.
tools, well, I'll show you.
Yeah.
In some cases, we used to have a tool which was fixed like so.
So hang on. So you've got
All
almost a combination applicator squeegee.
So that would be fixed, yeah. So if you can imagine that a neck coming out of there onto there, that's fixed in. So as that wets up, that actually does take off, if you like. Yeah. I know. And then you can have it vice versa, that way around as well, which I used to use when I used to work. I used to wet the winds up like so and take it down that way and put it on a very big pole. That would eliminate going up and down ladders because, of course, window cleaners of today use ladders as less as we can because you don't want accidents.
Have you ever?
I was just going to tell you that story. Yes, once, and once was enough.
What happened, Terry?
Yeah. So I was on my own at the time, and I was in Hertfordshire, and clear as day, remember this. It was a December, so it was damn cold, and I was on the first floor, and my ladder was up the first floor, and I was all right. It was fine. My ladder was, imagine the ladder was just on, that's the windowsill there, and my ladder was there. So this freak gust of wind actually caught me. And then the next thing I know, the ladder's gone storming that way. Now I'm like, whoa! Up goes that one. And I thought, well, what am I going to do here? I've got to jump.
No.
Because the ladder was going. I'm going, and I'm thinking, I've got to take care of this situation. I've got to make a plan here because I've got seconds to react. And what I did was I came off and I landed. It did hurt. I landed square on my feet, but I landed forward roll to break that fall.
Like a parkour artist.
Yeah.
Fucking hell.
Yeah.
I bet you'd be good at parkour, actually.
No, I've seen him. No,
Your
you
karate,
no.
your karate skills,
Yeah.
though. You know how to do break falls.
Yeah, but not from the first floor.
That's fair.
But that hurt. That I did hurt my ankles doing that. Yeah, and that was the only one time in all the years I must say that I'm actually, came off of a ladder. And from then on, funny enough, I decided, you know what? No, I'm going to we'll stick to pole work now. So I got my big pole out, as you do.
You've spoken with such love and fondness for the last hour about your job and all your experiences. You can see that from a mile off. But what's next for you, Terry? What you still going to keep trying to break this record?
I will do in March. I'll be off there again and having fun, doing a bit of presenting.
Where will that be?
That will be in Manchester. This one,
Right,
and the following one will be back at XL Docklands again in March.
Yeah.
But I would like to. My love has always done like presenting. I like presenting, having fun presenting, the fun things.
Yeah.
Give me a mic, send me out in the street and we'll have some fun with the people, that kind of thing. And that's what I like to do. So I perhaps like to, focus on that a little bit, I better hurry up because I'm getting on now.
Well, Terry, it's been wonderful having you in the studio today.
It's been brilliant. I just want to go home and play with my Squeegee. I'm actually going to go after this right now. I'm going to go online and I'm going to buy fuck knows how many cleaning kits, including that battery operated Karcher Squeegee.
Yeah, that's about as
I'm
nearest damn it as you're going to do, really.
I'm so excited. I'm going to buy an applicator for the shower door and window now. And Daisy's going to listen to this going, you're a fucking idiot. I have to remind you all the time to clean that bloody shower and you never do. But now I'm going to just be obsessed with it. Oh my God, my love of window cleaning.
This particular Squeegee is the one I broke the world record with. Yeah, so
I touched
this
that.
is my...
I touched your Squeegee.
You did.
I did.
Yeah, I gave a gold-plated Squeegee to John Legend, the singer.
Hang on a second. What?
Yeah, I was invited up to Art Radio last year with Amanda Holden and Jamie Feakston, and they had the singer on there, John Legend. And what it was, they had these other two bods with me, and he had to guess things like he was saying he's something to do with Greg's at a load of sausage rolls, and he said he was doing something else, right?
Legend's thinking.
Yeah.
I wasn't there.
Yeah, and they said, and one of them's the fastest window cleaner in the world. Well, me being the oldest one out of two, John Legend's going, no, I ain't having none of that. And what it was, I had to pass John Legend a gold-plated Squeegee because he didn't get who it was. And when he said, like they said, oh, it's Terry Turbo, he is the fastest window cleaner in the world. And I got at this gold Squeegee and I went, John, all of me gives you all of this. Truth. It's absolutely true story. So he took it home to his wife. He said, I've always wanted to give that to my wife, he said. It's a true story. It's on my website.
It's fucking ridiculous.
fastestwindercleaner.com.
It's fucking brilliant. Terry, you've been wonderful. Thank you so much for coming on, mate.
Thanks for having me, guys.
Legend.
Really.
Thank you, mate.
Thank you.